Hey guys, Civil Alert here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Mattel Masters of the WWE, Kane, the demonic red machine. So without further ado, let's get into it. And on today's edition of FU Scalpers, all jokes aside, today we're going to be taking a look at Kane, the demonic red machine, from the Masters of the WWE line, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. Not so fine folks, if you're kind of sick and tired of looking for their stuff. They're really going hard with the exclusivity of their product, and that's not a good way to sell product, so I don't know what necessarily is going on there, but I was able to get this guy at my local Walmart, literally a local. It's less than 10 miles from here. So yeah, this guy was sitting on the shelf with the evil Skull Queen Stephanie McMahon, who we will be taking a look at tomorrow, because I had to get her to go with my Triple H. Shout out to T-Biz for that Triple H, by the way. As well as the Ram Man Goldberg. They did not have the Ultimate Warrior, but I'm not really crazy about the Ultimate Warriors in this line. That one was cool, but I can live without that. Kind of kicking myself for not getting Jake the Snake and the Fiend, though. Kinda wish I had those. Oh well, and Sting. Trying to get Finn Balor off of T-Biz. Again, shout out to T-Biz. But with that being said, as far as the accessories go, this guy comes with a mini comic, or 2 pages of a comic. You can see him fighting Undertaker on the front there, which is usually how it went down in the WWF days anyways. At least I hope this is his comic. If not, well, I guess you'll see it tomorrow. But on the back, you can see the other figures in the line. You got Goldberg, you got Ultimate Warrior, and you got Stephanie McMahon. So, with that being said, he also comes with the Titty Twister of Doom, which is reused from Roboto from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, which is pretty much most of this guy, with the exception of that. Get into that. But he does come with the Titty Twister of Doom, which is always fun, molded in black. And then he also comes with the Blaster Cannon. No saw blade or anything, which would have been kind of cool, but he does come with the Blaster Cannon, which has a removable blast effect. So if you wanted to use this on Roboto, you could. And personally, I might actually display him with the cannon arm, just because of the whole demon motif. The fact that it shoots fire, and it's a little bulkier, kind of suits him better. But looking at Kane, it's Kane. It's 90s Kane or early 2000s Kane. I'm not sure if this is the first appearance of Kane look for Kane, or if it's the inverted look for Kane, but I do know he was known for having the mask, of course, and then he's got kind of the black glove on one arm, which I think that's what this is supposed to be replicating. It's a robot hand there. And then the gun arm is just, it's a cool gun arm. That's all there is to that. But a nice, vibrant red with black. Looks really good. Of course, he's modular, so you can pop the arms off, pop the waist off, pop the boots off. I'm not going to do any of that because I think that's silly and it really wouldn't work. But to my understanding, you can pop the arms off of this guy and have a mini comics Roboto, so that's kind of cool. My Roboto is still a piece of crap, by the way, so he will not be appearing in this video. Wobbly bastard. But looking at this guy, he is not a wobbly bastard. He is a cool-ass mofo. Cool-ass, badass mofo. I love this figure. He is... Kane has been my second favorite wrestler of all time, next to, of course, the dead man, The Undertaker. But ever since I was in middle school, high school, I always liked Kane. Again, my third favorite, Sting, who I missed out on, but his figure was kind of lame in this line. He had a weird nunchuck thing made out of lobster claws. It wasn't the best Sting figure in the world, we'll say that, but I would still like to have it because Sting is my third favorite. But he does have some translucent hair, which kind of fades to a darker color as you get closer to the top of his head. That's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Ghost Rider a little bit. It would be nice to see this kind of like flamed out like Ghost Rider. That'd be kind of sweet, but whatever. But articulation on this guy, it's the standard Motu Origins, Masters of WWE stuff. He's got the double ball peg in the head. And you actually get a decent amount of range out of that, even though his hair kind of hangs in a certain way that you would think would hinder it a lot. It actually doesn't. It gets out of the way for the most part, unless you want him to look up. Shoulders go out to the side. Pretty good. Forward and back. Single hinge at the elbow with a swivel. It's also got a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. And then his other arm, this rotates. I will say, this feels a little gummier than it did on Roboto, but that could just be because it's hot at balls up here. A little less hot today, thankfully. He does have a waist swivel, which is nice and tight. Emphasis on nice and tight. Roboto, I'm looking at you. He's got the ball hinge hips, so he can kick out to the side. And then forward and back. And by the way, Mattel, this is how you do ball hips. This is on one of your own figures, so when you go making more Masterverse figures, quit using that crappy joint you put on Skelegod, because that sucked. He also has a hinge at the knee, a swivel at the knee, swivel at the boot, and a hinge at the foot with a rocker. I will say, it seems like he's getting a little bit more out of the rocker than the other figures. I don't know if that's maybe because the side pieces on the leg here are flared out more or what, but he seems to be able to get a lot more range out of that rocker than Trapjaw and Roboto did. I'm kind of curious about that. And then he has pickles on the bottom of his feet for the display stand he does not come with, because he doesn't really need one. He stands just fine, especially when you cheat like me and lean him against the backdrop. So there you go. Tilt the camera up a little bit here. There we go. This is easily my second favorite figure in this line. Excuse me, not because Kane's my second favorite wrestler or anything, although that most likely has something to do with it, but because I think it's a really strong release from this line. And speaking of strong releases, here he is next to his quote-unquote brewski. That's how it worked in the mythos anyways. The Undertaker, who I'm going to have Mr. Bryan do a little bit of drama work too. This boot don't peg in all the way. So hopefully it will be a little bit better than Hordak. Hopefully. But let's get that staff out of the way there. Yeah, Undertaker. Mine's a little janky, I'm not gonna lie. He's a little janky. He's also got a little bit of a rattle in his crotch piece, but that's not really that big a deal, because A, you can't find this thing, and B, it's very quiet, so it doesn't drive my OCD up a wall too much. Then here is the Skull King of Kings, Triple H. So you have a look at all the bad guys. Is Undertaker a bad guy? I don't think he is. I think he's more like a vigilante type. I think Finn Balor is like that too. But there you go. There you go. I also have Mr. T somewhere, but I'm not going to bust him out for this video. Shout out to T-Biz for that one too, actually. But of course, we gotta look at him next to our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up. It's yeah, we're not doing that. But there you go. And he's of course shorter because he's like 5.5 under 6-inch scale. But I wouldn't want him any other way. Getting those out of the way here. Yeah. I'd say the only other Kane figure from Mattel that I saw that I really liked was in the Basic series. I think I saw it at Kmart. It's a super retro classic Kane. I think just like this guy, but of course without the Roboto parts. And that was like a $12 figure. I don't really collect a lot of wrestling stuff. I mostly have these. I have the, Create a Superstar figures. Thanks to my buddy Vampire. Shout out to Vampire. I should do a video on those eventually, see if the parts are interchangeable. That'd be kind of interesting. But I do have those, and I do have one of the zombies. I have the Stone Cold with the smoke coming out of the skull. But yeah, I don't do a ton of wrestling. It's not really been my main thing, although I do appreciate it quite a bit. And I like some of the more interesting characters. I even watch some matches now and then. But Kane here, I think if you're a fan of this line, you gotta get this guy. I mean, it's Kane. Who doesn't like Kane? If you don't like Kane, I don't know. I don't know about you, but Kane is my second favorite. I had to get this guy. So happy I got a hold of him from Walmart and not Evil Bay, like some poor unfortunate souls. Oh, divas. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. As well as hit me up on Instagram if you haven't already, at Overlord Productions, for live unboxing videos of all kinds of stuff and all kinds of other toy-related posts. And in case you do miss the live unboxing videos, I do upload them to IGTV afterwards, so you can watch them in the full trainer. Glory at your own leisure. That's right. And as always, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure. Whether you like or don't like it, Jones for it, got a pass on it, or think this line is stupid. Personally, I think this line is cool. It's a bit of a throwback to the old Remco stuff, so I have no problem with it. And it's pretty cheap. 15 bucks a piece, not too bad. The same as Origins, actually. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. Especially when stupid toy companies keep making things unnecessarily exclusive to literally anywhere but an easy place to get it. Hasbro just released a Marvel Legends Venom that I really want to get a hold of on the Spider-Man Retro card, and it's a PulseCon exclusive. Great! But with that being said, till next time, I'll catch you guys later. God, I hate exclusives.